Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cam Matrix. And we have a new service partner joining us this month. We have Linda DeChacho from Cam Recruiting Incorporated.
Hi, Kerry. Thanks so much for having me here today.
Thanks for being here. I am so psyched about you being on the site because I feel like you're a missing link that we've needed for such a long time because of the fact that we have always kind of posted random jobs here and there. But I think with you, you offer so much more than just the prospect of finding a new position. You offer almost like I don't know, like you help mold them. You offer professional development. So tell everybody a little bit about what it is that Cam Recruiting does.
Okay, thank you. So, CAM Recruiting has been established since 1990. We wear two hats. We work with boards of directors to determine what their hiring needs are, while we work with CAMs, licensed CAMs, to develop their skills and to develop their careers. So, our main focus is to identify the hiring needs of associations and then prepare our CAMs to interview well, accept these jobs, and succeed in these positions. So it's really
Okay.
a twofold operation.
Okay, so do you work with management companies to help find staff, or because I think when you and I were talking, it definitely doesn't sound like it's a staffing agency. I wouldn't classify you as that.
No,
I'd kind of put you a little bit of a higher. I put you a little bit of higher level there.
we're really consultants to the community association management industry. So like I said, we consult with the boards to determine what their hiring needs are, and we work with managers to develop their talent and to develop their careers. So back in the day, we've been established since 1990, and back in 1990, there were very few management companies around. They were smaller and very less technical, less sophisticated. As the years have progressed and the industry has evolved, these management companies have become larger and larger, and they tend to have their own human resources department with a segment of that department being devoted to recruiting. So therefore, as the years have gone by, we have become less service providers for the management companies and more service providers for the individual condominium associations who are hiring their own manager.
Okay. All right. So you are working directly with the board of directors of a community association. And it's so I would say you're vetting the association to see, number one, are they large enough to have a full-time manager? And then what type of services are they looking for? What type of manager is going to best fit them?
Hmm. So we again, vetting them is an interesting term, because really what we're doing is we're working with them to determine what they need to hire. So most of our associations, I'm not going to lie, most of our associations have had successful managers and they need to replace them. So
Okay.
either they replace them due to retirement, due to a difference in boards, different the managers leaving, whatever the case may be. Every condominium has their own unique set of circumstances. But my role is to get in there with the board of directors to determine what it is they need to hire, what their objectives are, what their challenges are, what has been successful for them in the past, and what they are hoping to accomplish in the future. So then on the management side of things, my role is to work with the CAMs to determine who's available in the area, number one, who has the
Okay.
industry knowledge that they're requiring, and who will work within the salary range that the association has indicated they are willing to pay.
And they might have like, for example, you might have a co-op. And so you're going to have to find somebody that has that background experience and whatnot.
Correct. So a co-op is very similar to the way a condominium runs. The difference being that they are shareholders instead of unit owners. And yes, somebody with experience with a co-op would be preferable. However, there are so few co-ops out there, many
Mhm.
more condominiums. We can make the transition quite easily.
Right. Okay. So a manager, you have lists of managers that you come in contact with through networking and whatnot, and you just have them ready and, I guess on your list so that when the time comes, you say, oh, I know these people are in this area. Here's my list over here for, Miami or whatever it is. And these are the managers that are willing to go within this bounds, territory of where my association is located.
Correct. So
And then,
the how the process works, if you're a manager, you register with Cam Recruiting, and then once you're registered, we have your resume, and we have an applicant tracking system that keeps track of all of our candidates. In over 30 years, you can only imagine the tens of thousands that we have acquired over that time.
No doubt.
Um, so we as soon as they register, a manager registers, depending on their area. If let's say it's Palm Beach County or Broward Dade County, a lot of times it's me that's going to do the personal interview. We're going to set up a Zoom interview. I'm going to determine everything there is to know about that camp, their areas of expertise, how long they've been in the industry, the boundaries that they're willing to travel, the salary in which they're willing to accept. We're going to get all of that information from them personally to and we establish a relationship with them. So it's not a one and done. It's several telephone calls. It's interviewing. It's Zooming. It's meeting in person. Before the days of the pandemic, we'd meet in person. We meet at trade shows. We meet at events. I mean, we're always constantly meeting with camps. We know who they are. We learn about them. We develop relationships with them. So therefore, when an association needs to hire, they will contact us, and the same information is obtained from the association. We find out everything there is to know. What has been successful in the past? What are their challenges? What type of person is going to work out well? What's their culture all about? What are they offering as far as salary and benefits? What is the advantages of working for this association versus the one next door? So we learn a lot about the association. Then we present candidates who will work in that geographic location for the salary that they're willing to pay, and have the skill set and the overall demeanor that the association is looking for.
Okay, so the first thing I think about when I think, more than likely, let's say a manager is coming away from a management company. So they leave a management company to take an on-site position. And I kind of always wondered how they handled the payroll, the benefits, if they even got benefits, things like that. How do you guys help that process along?
So that's interesting. So again, most associations are established with protocols and processes in place as far as a payroll company that handles payroll and benefits, or maybe an accounting firm, or sometimes they're handled in-house still by the manager. So if it's an established association, an established condominium will have those processes and protocols in place. For example, though, we're working with an association, say, that's making the transition from a management company to an on-site manager. The new manager that they hire is going to be highly skilled in the areas of financials, HR, and maintenance and security. Obviously, the triggers for the association.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What I'm going to do is on the end of this video, I'm going to have your contact information. They can always reach out to you via CAM Matrix. I feel like there's more questions. I think that what you do is just really in depth. And so what we've decided to do here on CAM Matrix, everyone, is we're going to bring Linda in. We're going to do shorts to help you guys with things. She's got education pieces she wants to present. So a new happening here on CAM Matrix. You know, we've tried some things. We've been around for, well, let's see, we've been here for over 6 months now. We've tried some things that were staples that lasted, and we still do them. And then we tried some things that, you know, they didn't work out. I feel like this is the missing piece for managers.
An interesting phenomenon that's happening right now is that the mergers are creating a little bit of chaos with the associations. So some condominiums have had XYZ management company in place for a couple of years, and they changed, and they decided to go with ABC management company instead. Well, when ABC and XYZ merge together, they may find themselves with the management company that they actually terminated last year back on their site because they merged with the current company. So that's causing a little bit of a chaos. Managers are also sometimes caught up in the non-compete arena, where they're tied to their non-competes for 18 months after leaving XYZ company to go to ABC company, and it really ties their hands. So more and more managers that I speak with, and over the course of 3 decades now, the managers who work for management companies, a lot of them want to go directly for an association. They feel they'd be more productive, more efficient working directly for a board of directors instead of working for a management company with the extra layers of management above them. So most managers I speak to have that desire, if you will.
And everybody's different. So I mean, it's like they say with the service partners, there's plenty of business out there. There's plenty of things for. I mean, Florida, we're just eat up with associations. So,
Right.
yeah, and that's good. And honestly, I think there are a lot of associations out there that need that hand holding.
Yeah,
And
for a management company, absolutely. There's a place for a management company. Many associations, they need the HR support, they need the financial support, they need the structural support, the engineering support. Right now, with the new laws that have gone into effect, or that will go into effect by next year, about the reserve studies and the responsibilities that the boards take on now for managing these buildings, it's imperative that they have proper guidance. So many management companies find that guidance to be more available with the management company, and some associations prefer having one single point of contact of their manager.
yeah, okay, that's good to know. And then time off, vacation, all that. I would assume it's negotiable, just like anything else.
Of course, it's always negotiable. Standard in the industry, a general manager usually is at 3 weeks vacation if you're on site from with a condominium. Management companies usually start their managers with 2 weeks vacation, but paid holidays is always a given. Um, you know, days flexibility is important, because they know sometimes you're there at 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes you've got a long running board meeting. Sometimes you have an emergency. So flexibility is very important. And managers' roles aren't really tied to a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. They're really tied to um, whenever's needed. So the core hours might be from 8 to 4:30, but they know sometimes they're there till 7. Sometimes they leave at 3.
Okay. Do you have any positions open right now we need to talk about?
Tons of positions available, Kerry. That's a really good question. So we've got positions from the Panhandle, Pensacola market. We've got 2 on the upper East Coast, Central Northeast Coast, New Smyrna Beach, Jacksonville market. We have West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, to Miami, and on the West Coast right now is quiet. We had a good run of the West Coast earlier this year. The West Coast is quiet. Northeast, Central East, Southwest, and Southwest in Naples, there's a position available.
All right, guys, you heard that. So what you need to do is you need to reach out to Linda, set up a Zoom call with her, interviews or whatnot, and get on her list if you're not already. And thank you so much, Linda. I'm excited. We are going to be doing so many good things here for the managers.
Happy to be part of that. I'm really happy to be a part of your CAM matrix. When I saw CAM matrix, I was just Googling one day and somebody mentioned it. What is that? And I looked, I said, how interesting. It's almost like a private social media network for community associations. Love it.
Yeah, except it's just for the managers.
Just for the managers.
So, yep. So we'll have our trade show will open up where we'll have some community resources for the boards and whatnot. But this CAM matrix is strictly for the managers, so we can go a little bit beyond some of the topics, and we can go to higher level education. Whereas when you're dealing with board of directors, you kind of have to stay in that mediocre, medium to lower level, because you have so many board members coming and going, and that's why they're on there looking. They've never come across a project. They've never done this. They've never done that. So they need to learn everything from the start. So people like you keep these board members. Without us, without the service partners, the board members would be lost without the managers. So I want to, again, thank you so much. And guys, be on the lookout for more from Linda and I in the future.
Thank you, Kerry. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
You too.